Spencer has never not been weird.
That's right.
Are you weirder? Have you gotten weirder than you were before?
Ooh,
What's
Nathan,
Spencer
what do you
like now?
think? I mean, I'm weird because I'm weird,
Yeah, just weird
but
with more money.
I'm weird with more money, so I can just now I have no stakes or something. I don't know.
Right. I guess it's afforded you the ability to just be far more eccentric.
Yeah.
You know? Like you've become like the rich old single uncle who just like, has a falcon and, like just lives his life however the heck he wants to do it.
Yeah. No limits.
Right. Exactly. And it's fun seeing that juxtaposed against, Carly trying to reconstruct her life and reapproach what it's like to be an influencer in modern influencer culture and how that's different. And Freddie with his backstory and his divorces, his failed startup, and living back with his mom. I feel like in a weird way, maybe not to that total extent, but a lot of people our age can relate to that, being back living with their parents and trying to figure out what they are doing with their life, especially in this world that we find ourselves in. So I think there's a lot of, as zany and crazy as it is, and the very iCarly situations that we find ourselves in, I think there's a lot of parallels that people can sort of identify in themselves as they watch this show now that they're also following with us into their late 20s.
So Miranda, how have things changed? Like, does it feel really different? Does it feel kind of the same? Is it weird to like be saying, more grown up things as Carly?
It actually feels pretty natural just because a lot of the things that Carly went through when I made the original series were things that I was going through in real life because I was 13 when we started. And now I'm 28, so I'm going through a lot of things on the show that I've also gone through in real life. So it didn't feel too crazy or weird. I think it might have been even stranger if we tried to do just a purely kids show version, just because we are older now. But yeah, it's just been fun getting to go on dates as the character in her late 20s and to see how she navigates the world of the internet and how she tries to keep up making iCarly in a new way. It's been really fun and a different experience than I could have ever imagined.
So for the newbies, what has it been like to join this world? What was your relationship to the show, back when it was on?
So I'm around the same age as Nathan, Kress, and Miranda Cosgrove. So I watched the show growing up, and it was like watching, people my age doing shenanigans. I always loved that you never really saw their parents. So there was no one to get in the way of their fun. Unfortunately, my parents were always around, honey, and I couldn't go nowhere and do nothing. Sheltered. So it was fun living vicariously through them every day after school. So then meeting them and seeing all the original sets and feeling like I was walking into this aspect of my childhood, but like now I'm an adult and it's real life, was super surreal, and it's been a blast.
So I started watching it a week before I got the audition for the role. So I didn't watch it when I was younger, unfortunately. But once it came out on Netflix, I started binging all of the seasons. And, walking onto Spencer's apartment, the set, it was just very magical. And, it just gave me this tingly feeling like I'm the people that I just started fangirling over are now in front of my face, and I'm meeting them for the first time for the first table read. And it was just like so crazy knowing that I had just started watching the show and seeing them, for the first time ever.
So then what was that like to watch this for the first time in, 2020, 2021, when internet culture has changed so much? Like, what was that like for you to see this for the first time, Jaden?
I definitely noticed some big changes with, the past technology with the show. And maybe
camera Nathan has.
Yeah.
Right, and now you just have like a phone camera that you can just film all around. But just seeing all the old technology and seeing the technology that we have now was just a big difference, now that we have MacBook computers and iPhone 13s and all of this stuff. It just, definitely technology has evolved.
So what is everyone like now in this 10 years later, and how do Harper and Millicent fit into this new version of iCarly?
what's great about this new version of iCarly is that if you watched it and you were originally the same age, you know, as the original characters, you're getting to see all of these people grow up, and they're growing up with you. We're all millennials for the most part, so we're dealing with the same thing, you know, student loan debt. We came out and we were like, jobs where, you know, dating, you know, we're getting married later. So we're, you know, you're seeing us navigate that situation. I think that now it's, you know, the more current and fresher version, it's fun to see our characters fit in because my character's bi, so you get to see a little bit of the LGBTQ experience. My character's obviously also Black, so there's, you know, things that are different with that as well. But I think it's just a bigger perspective, you know, in the reboot than maybe the original, which was more, you know, for children. And also, it still keeps the camp in the heart of the show. So I think that you'll love it if you like the old one, and I think you'll love it if this is the first one that you see.
But I think our characters really do fit in because, you know, the show is just about having fun and being crazy and, you know, having different aspects of all of the show. It's just, you know, our personalities really do fit in with the rest of the cast. So then, you know, it just adds like a more well-rounded part of it, you know? So
Yeah.
it's really great.